Can you hear me?
Unmuted.
Yes, sir, I am hearing, sir.
Okay. What about the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to this SAP Simple Finance demo session. And before starting, let me introduce myself. My name is Gaurav, and I'm working with SAP from last 10 years now. And from last 1 year, I'm working with this new technology called as SAP S/4HANA. And what we are going to see in today's demo is the finance module of this new technology. So let me just go through the PPT. Yes, so this is what we are going to discuss. As I told you, we are going to start off with the trainer introduction, and then I have a PowerPoint presentation which will help you understand what exactly is expected out of this course and what will be the topics that will be covered in this course, and at the same time it will give you the idea how the trainings will be delivered. And then if you have any questions related to the course content, you can directly ask me. While if you have any questions related to the administration part, like what will be the fees, whether the server will be provided or not, how much time it will take, what will be the timings, all these questions you can directly ask the administrator, the guy who are interacting with, and that will be offline. So the main motto of this demo is to understand from the course content point of view, while the other things you can directly ask your coordinator. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to talk about in our demo session. So we'll start off with the common problems faced by the finance team all over the world, and then we'll see the overview of new functionalities. We'll see what is universal journal entry, which is the core of this new module, and then we'll talk about if the customer is planning to implement or install SAP Simple Finance, what are the available deployment options, and then we'll talk about some overview on what is SAP Central Finance Solution. So before starting, just to make you understand that when any technology comes into the market, let it be any technology, it will solve some of the problems that are being faced. So for example, why SAP S/4HANA came into picture? The reason is there are some problems in the existing ERP which are faced by the businesses who are using SAP ERP as of today. So in order to overcome that challenges, in order to overcome that problems, SAP came up with the new technology called as SAP S/4HANA, or I'll not say new technology, I'll say let's say it, the new version of SAP. So what are that challenges? So if you see the first point, that is the main point which made SAP to come up with the new solution. Slower reporting and closing. I think all of you will agree when you go to the customer, when you implement SAP, everybody will be happy with the functionalities which are provided by SAP. But from the reporting point of view or the closing point of view, there are a lot of transactions, there are a lot of things that you need to perform to close the period, due to which companies are not able to complete their period end activities on time, their reportings on time. So this is the problem which is faced by all over the companies all over the world. So in order to resolve this issue, SAP came up with the new technology called as SAP HANA. We'll talk about what is SAP HANA, what is SAP S/4HANA, but just to make you understand that SAP HANA came into picture to reduce or remove this problem. How? So let us understand what is the current technology, how or why the reportings are slower in our current system. Our current system, as you know, if you are not using SAP HANA database or SAP HANA platform, you must be using either Oracle, you must be using either SQL Server or some other third-party tools. And these third-party tools, or these, I'll call them as the traditional databases, they were developed around 20 to 30 years back. And when they were developed, there was very limited availability of RAM. I think all of you agree that within the span of last 2 to 3 years, RAM has become very cheaper and it is available in your mobile phones also. But earlier, the availability of RAM was a big issue. And that is the reason why the old traditional databases were developed so that the data will be stored in the hard disk. Is very slower. It is 10,000 times slower compared to retrieving the data from the hard disk, which means in RAM. And this is where HANA comes into the picture. Sorry, are you able to hear me? Hello? Okay. Sorry, I think there was some disturbance. Yes. So traditional databases, because they were storing the data into the hard disk, the retrieval of the data was very slower. Not only retrieval, whenever you save any transaction, it gets stored into the table. So even that part, because the storing also has to be done in the hard disk, that was also very slower. And that is where SAP HANA came into picture. The main motto of SAP HANA is to store the data which is required on day-to-day basis into the RAM rather than the hard disk, due to which the speed has been improved tremendously. So SAP HANA came into picture in year 2011, and there are a lot of customers who are already running SAP on HANA database or on HANA platform. Then what is SAP S4 HANA then? SAP HANA is a database. It has the capability of storing the data in the memory. Then why SAP S4 HANA? So SAP HANA was bought to make sure that the data processing is faster. But then, because these traditional databases were designed in such a way that they perform well in the data model which stores the data in the hard disk, when SAP HANA came into picture, although it was storing the data in the memory, but the data model was not changed, which means the same tables were being used, the same data was getting stored in multiple tables. I'll give you the example here. So let's say whenever you perform any financial accounting transaction, BKPF table gets updated, BSEC table gets updated, BSIS gets updated, BSIK if you are performing the vendor invoicing, BSIK if you are performing the customer invoicing, BSID. There are a lot of tables getting updated. Why? And if you know BSID, BSIK, they normally contain the same data that is available in BSEC. Only some of the fields are different. Then why I'm storing the same data in BSEC, in BSIS, in BSID, in BSIK? If you are running the new accounting, the data is even getting stored in Flexa, T. So what I'm doing is I'm storing the data in the hard disk and I'm storing the data in the Sorry, there was some issue with my net. I think there is raining outside. That's the reason why it is getting disconnected again and again. Okay, so I was talking about the slower reporting, the first point. So what I was telling you is in the traditional databases, the data was getting stored in the hard disk. And that is the reason why the extraction and the storing of data into the hard disk was very slower as compared to if you store the data in memory, which means in your RAM. And that is the reason why SAP HANA is called as in-memory database. It is an in-memory platform, which means the data will not get stored in the hard disk, but it will be stored in the memory, in the RAM. And then I told you what is the difference between SAP HANA and SAP S4HANA. So SAP HANA already came into picture in 2011, and there are a lot of customers who are running their SAP process on SAP HANA platform. But still the data model, which means the tables, the same tables that were used earlier, same tables are being used on the HANA database. But now, when we are talking about SAP S4HANA, there are some drastic changes that have been made, which means the data model has been simplified, which means not only the data will be stored in memory, but there will be less number of tables which will be affected. So I have given you the example that today there are lot of tables updated when you perform any transaction. Let's say if you are performing the vendor invoicing, apart from your BKPF and BSEG, there are index tables like BSIK, there are total tables like Fagel FlexT. All these tables are also getting updated. And when you if you want to perform the reporting, if you want to create some Z report, so you need to write a complex code which is extracting the data from multiple tables, and due to which the reporting becomes very slower. Not only that, if you come to the second point, which is time consuming reconciliation. So in your today's system, within financial accounting or within financial accounting and controlling, there are a lot of different submodules. Like you have asset accounting, like you have COPA, like you have controlling also. Today also we are saying real-time reconciliation between FI and CO. But then also FI and CO are two different submodules, even though there is a real-time reconciliation, but the modules are different. That is the reason why there are some reconciliation issues, which means it is also possible that my asset accounting balances and my GL balances are not matching because I passed some entry in GL accounting which is not affected in asset accounting. That is possible, right? But now, when we are talking about SAP Simple Finance, all these sub-modules are merged, which means today what is happening, there is a separate set of tables for financial accounting, there is a separate set of tables for controlling. So for example, the controlling transactions are getting updated in COEP, while for financial accounting it is updating in BSEG. For COPA there is a separate set of table, for material ledger separate set of tables. For asset accounting obviously ANEP, ANLC, there are a lot of different tables. But now what will happen is instead of updating all these different tables, only one table will be affected. So what does it mean? It means that there is no need of reconciliation. By the design itself, everything will be reconciled because everything is getting stored at one place. So at the time of month-end processing, at the time of period-end processing, there are a lot of issues being faced by the accountants that my asset accounting is not matching with my general ledger accounting, or my COPA reporting is not matching with my GL accounting. But now it is possible. Now there is no need of any reconciliation because everything will be at one place, and that is the reason why it is called as a single source of truth. The new table will be called as a universal journal entry, which is also called as a single source of truth. Then high cost of operations. Why? Because today, if you know, I think you will agree that the current SAP GUI screen, it is not very easy for the new user to train him on a particular transaction because it is not very user friendly, right? There are a lot of fields which are available and you need to explain him which fields are important to him, which fields are relevant to him or not. Even though the fields are not relevant to us, there are a lot of fields which comes up in the standard transaction. Obviously, you can control through the field status variant, but then too there are a lot of fields where you need to train the user. Maybe these fields are not relevant to that user. At the same time, if you want to perform some transaction in SAP today, you either need the desktop or you need the laptop. Without that, you cannot do. Even the small transactions, like if you just want to uh, make the transfer of payment from one bank account to another bank account, you cannot do it from the mobiles and tablets. But now with the use of SAP Fiori, SAP Fiori is another tool which is provided by SAP with SAP S/4HANA. So with the use of SAP Fiori, you can perform the small transactions or many big transactions also. It is not only for small transactions, many transactions you can perform using this beautiful user experience, which means this is not the traditional blue screen where you need to train the users in detail. In SAP, using SAP Fiori, these are created as apps which you can use on your mobiles also and tablets also, and you can perform the transactions with very minimal training, and there are very less chances of errors. And that is, then too you don't need to provide every user the laptop or the desktop, where you can save the cost on the trainings, you can save the cost on the hardware provided to the users, and you can save the cost on the errors that will be minimal when you go for SAP Fiori. The fourth point is high cost of infrastructure. So today, if I want to go for, let's say, if a customer is ready to go for SAP, if he wants to implement SAP, the first thing that he need to purchase is the hardware. He need to purchase the servers, he need to purchase the network devices, he need to purchase the licenses. There are a lot of things that he needs to purchase. Then only he'll be able to use SAP. So although if he decides today, it will take another 1 or 2 months to purchase each and everything, and at the same time he need to incur high one-time cost of infrastructure. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yes. So if you want to use SAP, you need to incur high one-time cost, right? If you want to use SAP. But now with Simple Finance, it is also possible to deploy your solutions on cloud, which means you don't need to purchase all these hardwares and softwares. What you can do is you can just pay the subscription fees and start using SAP at very less cost, and it is on the monthly or yearly subscription basis. So no need to purchase any servers, no need to purchase any networking devices, no need to purchase any or you don't need to hire any basis consultants, because everything will be handled by the third party. So in this way you can save the cost on infrastructure also. So although if you see these 2 points, they are very they are the additional benefits. When I'm talking about operations, use of SAP Fiori and use of cloud solution, these are the additional benefits. But the two important benefits when we are talking about financials are these 2 points. Because of less number of tables are getting updated, the reportings and closings are becoming simpler. At the same time, you don't need to waste your time on the reconciliation, because everything will be reconciled by the simplified data model. How we'll see in our slide. So this is just an example. Our current architecture is this, where profitability analysis has some separate set of tables, material ledger has a separate set of tables, asset accounting and controlling again are using separate set of tables, and everything needs to be reconciled with the general ledger. So although they are very tightly integrated, but still these are different modules, right? So there is a huge effort required for reconciliation, and data is stored at multiple components. While when we are talking about Simple Finance, there will be only one table called as Universal Journal Entry or Universal Journal Voucher Table, which will make sure the data from all these different sources are getting stored in one place. So there is no need of reconciliation, and that is the reason why this universal journal is called as a single source of truth, because everything is available at one place. Deployment options we talked about, we have on-premise edition and on-cloud. On-premise means the traditional method of implementing SAP, which means you purchase all your hardwares, all your softwares, and perform everything on your company's premises. Second option is cloud, which means you don't need to purchase anything, you just pay the subscription fees and start using SAP from day one. Hybrid is a mix of both, which means some part of the SAP landscape you can keep it on premise, and some part of it you can go for cloud. The benefits of on-premise edition is that you have the complete control, which means you can control when the updates needs to be done. You have your basis team with you who can perform all the updates for you at any point of time. While you need to incur huge one-time cost in case of on-premise. For on-cloud, you don't need to incur much of the expenses, but you don't have complete control, which means you need to be relied on the third party to do each and everything. So you need to decide like which, or you need to explain this pros and cons to your customer and let them decide which particular approach or which particular deployment they want to go for. Adoption scenarios, which means if the customer is already using SAP and they want to move to SAP Simple Finance, what are the available adoption scenarios for them? So the first option you can see is upgrade and migrate, which means let's say you are using three different company codes which are configured in three different servers. All these three company codes are not configured on the same client. All are uh, configured on different clients. So what you will do, the first option is you migrate to Simple Finance for each and every company code separately. Again, you use three different servers to perform your activities with the Simple Finance server. Second option is if you are using three different company codes on three different servers, you have the option of consolidating each and everything and bringing them all together on one platform. So you will implement Simple Finance only once and all the company codes will be migrated to the new system. The third option is totally different. Here, you don't need to stop using the traditional SAP ERP. You will continue to use whatever you are using. Even if you are using non-SAP system also, you can continue to use performing the same transaction into your traditional ERP. What will happen is whenever you perform any transaction into your traditional system, the data will be replicated to the Simple Finance server, which means you keep a separate copy of Simple Finance and through ad hocs, you just communicate each and everything to the new server and you can perform all your reporting tasks onto the Simple Finance system. And this option is called as a central finance system, where you are not actually installing Simple Finance on each and every server. You are keeping the separate copy of Simple Finance while performing the same transactions or performing the transactions on the same landscape that you are using currently. So even if you are using non-SAP system, you will perform the transaction and through iDocs, you will send the documents to the Simple Finance instance. This is called as a central finance system. How you will transfer? This is just an example. So if you have SAP R3 4.6 or 6.0 installed here, you have non-SAP ERP system installed here, what you are doing is through this SAP landscape transformation replication server, you are transferring the data from this to this and from this to this. So in Simple Finance, irrespective where the documents are getting stored, here they will be getting stored in universal journal entry. And here you can perform all your reportings together for all your company codes. So this is about Simple Finance. Let's talk about what will be our course, like what will be the contents that we are going to discuss in this course. Overview of SAP HANA, we will just have the one session for explaining the basic, like how SAP HANA came into picture and then how SAP S4 HANA came into picture, what are the available versions as of today for SAP S/4HANA, scope and impact of simple finance. So before starting any configuration, before starting any transactions, we need to understand at the overview level what are we going to see in this entire course. Understand the prerequisite, because if you want to migrate to simple finance, obviously there are some prerequisites without which you cannot directly migrate to simple finance. And then you need to configure the system for migration or for the greenfield implementation. We'll see how to move from classic GL accounting to simple finance and how to move from new GL accounting to simple finance. Both the approach we are going to see. And what we are going to configure is general ledger accounting settings, asset accounting, and management accounting. So these are the three settings which are changed when we are talking about SAP Simple Finance. So I think this is what I have prepared for my demo. I'll just open, or maybe you can just unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions. Before starting the question, let me just add one line here. SAP Simple Finance is no more SAP Simple Finance. It is called as SAP S/4HANA Finance now, because this SAP Simple Finance was the name which was given to the earlier versions. But the latest version, which is available in the market, which is 1511, I think 1602 is also expected to launch. It was actually expected to launch in February 2016, but I am not aware whether that has happened or not till date. But 1511 and any new version which will come into the market now, it is no more Simple Finance, it is SAP S/4HANA Finance. And all different modules like SAP S/4HANA Materials Management, SAP S/4HANA Sales and Distribution, they were earlier not available, but now everything is available. All the modules are upgraded to SAP S/4HANA. Yes, now you can just unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions.
What guide this the articles is on, like I should read them. Required measure. Okay. No, required.
Dance outer karo dance. Outer dance karo.
Hello, Gaurav.
Yeah.
I would like to know, you have mentioned like recently it is like a HANA Finance, right?
Yes.
It is going to be migrate all the models like in SD, MM, HANA, MM, HANA, SD, like that. It is going to be.
So you are talking about this course, or you are talking about the SAP S/4HANA as a overall scope?
I am asking overall scope. It is going to be all modules same like.
Yes. So the whole idea is to bring everything on SAP S/4HANA now. So the latest version that is available in the market, 1511, in that you have to
Okay.
migrate all your, whether you are using MM, SD, everything has to be migrated on the new structure, because the tables which were available in MM and SD, they are also changed now. So the earlier version, which was 1503, it was only for finance. So MM, SD, they were untouched. But now every module, or there are a lot of tables which are updated for the logistics side also.
Okay.
So you need to migrate everything.
Previously, actually, that plan was like a simple logistics and simple finance and alone, right? But now they are planning to bring all the modules into HANA.
Yes, not planning. They actually bring everything together as of today.
Okay.
Yes, this is not only
And
plan. This is actually converted now.
already converted. Okay. And what is the major difference between HANA, SAP HANA and S4 HANA?
As I told you, the major difference is the data model. Like earlier, whatever tables were used, now there are new tables, and because of these new tables, there are new functionalities. Like because that data has been simplified, you can play around with the system and create some, like SAP Fiori, as I told you. So earlier, what used to happen is, if you want to perform a simple transaction also, we need to log in
Okay.
into the system and need to do. But now, because of the use of this, there are a lot of transactions which are simplified. As I told you, for the example, if you want to perform the transfer from one bank to another bank, there are simple apps which are available which you can do through your mobile also. This is one thing. The major
Okay.
benefit in terms of functionality, when we are talking about new functionality, which was not possible earlier, it is possible now. They are into the asset accounting. There are a lot of changes into the asset accounting, complete change, I will say, because the configuration till the reports till the transactions, everything is changed now. There are a lot of new things which came into SAP asset accounting, and it is basically to support the real-time postings into multiple depreciation areas. So if you know today in asset accounting there is only one only one depreciation area which posts in real time.
Okay.
But now in SAP Simple Finance, you can post real-time postings into multiple depreciation areas also. And you have the option of using account-based approach and ledger-based approach both. Earlier it was only, if you are using 4.6, it was only account-based. If you are using new GL accounting, it was only ledger-based approach. But now both the options are available to you. So there is no need of the derived depreciation or delta depreciation areas. There is no need to perform any period end activities for like ASKB for asset accounting. So these are some of the changes when we talk about asset accounting. Then there are some changes in terms of account-based COPA. So earlier it was
Yes.
not possible to split the cost of goods sold in account-based COPA, but now in Simple Finance that is also possible. So the companies who were not implementing account-based COPA because it was not providing all this information, now they can rethink and definitely they will go for account-based COPA. So that is also one of the thing that is new in this Simple Finance.
Oh, okay. Okay. There are drastically major changes in terms of asset accounting and ledger and in terms of depreciation and COFA, right?
Major changes are into asset accounting and general ledger accounting in terms of currency settings, in terms of ledger settings, because everything will be stored in the new table. So we need to do the settings in such a way that the data is getting stored in this new table. OPA, as I
Okay.
told you,
Okay.
there are basic changes. Like as I told you, the COGS split and the variance, the production variance changes. So these are the two things which are available in COPA.
But you are right. I agree with you. But when it comes to finance, so these are the changes. But in higher level, uh, except finance, what is major from SAP? Previously, we used to know like only SAP HANA, and what is a major higher level major change difference as SAP HANA with S4 HANA?
The
Whatever you
major
explained in
difference
terms
if
of
you
S4 HANA is finance
yes.
level.
Yes. So major change if you see when you compare to the SAP ERP with SAP S/4HANA, there are basically two, three things. First, as I told you, the simplified data model, which is applicable to all. It is not only applicable to finance now, right?
Okay.
Second thing is use of SAP Fiori apps, which was not available as of now, right?
Okay.
The third thing and the very again very important thing is that the simplified business processes because of this data storage. The business processes, like earlier it was not possible for me to provide all the reportings, all the analytics in the real time, right? Because
Okay.
the data, just to give you an example, like today you are using ECC and then you are using BW and then you are using BPC tool, for example. So what is happening?
Correct.
The data is moving from ECC to BW and then BPC is using the data which is available in BW. So there is a difference.
Correct.
There's a time difference. But now the idea is
Okay.
to bring everything on the common platform. So I'm talking about finance terms, but at the same time, CRM, SRM, these are some
Okay.
things which are for MM and SD modules, right? So the plan is to
Common
bring
platform
them
with the
also
real time, right?
with the real time. That is the whole idea.
Yeah. Okay. With the real
And
time.
then the
When
internet,
okay.
yes, then the internet of things are coming into the picture, big data, all these things, like if they are coming
Yeah,
into the market, SAP needs to react on that, right?
correct. Correct.
Um, Hey, Gaurav. I have a question. So, during the sessions, how it will be like? Are you going to give us a practical demo, like how it is configured, and how was it in ECC, and how it is changed in S4HANA? So, will you be going through that information practically, or how we are planning to conduct the sessions?
Yes. So I see. Just let me know if you are able to see the SAP screen.
Yes, I could.
Okay. So as you can see here, I have both the servers available to me, which means ECC also and Simple Finance also.
Okay.
So what we are going to do is, first of all, as I told you, first we'll understand some basics of what is SAP S/4HANA. So let's say the
Okay.
first two sessions will be to just give you the basic overview. And then
Mhm.
we are going to start the project. So first project will be the Greenfield project, in which I am going to configure each and everything from scratch. So
Okay.
starting from the company code creation, the ledger creation, currency changes. So what will happen is, whenever you are going for the Greenfield implementation, you have the complete idea what is new in SAP S/4HANA. And wherever we have any changes, so at that time we are going to use ECC screens, so that we
Okay.
can compare how it was
Okay.
happening earlier and how it will happen now. So it is not only the theoretical training, we are going to configure everything in the system. So we'll complete the greenfield project end to end, all the configurations, everything, transactions in asset accounting, whatever
Mhm.
transactions are involved, whatever reports are involved, we'll complete each and everything. And then we'll come to the migration project, right? So migration means if you are already using SAP and you want to migrate to the new system, so there is a migration cockpit. I'll just show you this cockpit. So this is the migration cockpit, SAP Simple Finance add-on for SAP Business Suite. So all
Mhm.
these things, like if you want to migrate, these are the configurations and these are the settings that you need to make. So each and
Mhm.
every activity we are going to talk in detail. But only concern
Okay.
here will be, don't expect that the migration will be performed in real time, because migration can be performed only once in a particular system. So this system
Mhm.
is already on SAP S/4HANA, so we cannot bring it back to R3 and perform the migration. The migration is already performed, but we will understand each and every activity, what is the relevance of it in detail.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, and once the migration is completed, then we'll talk about some basic overview of two or three things. One will be the SAP Fiori, but it will be just the basic overview, because SAP Fiori is completely different module. We are not going to
Mhm.
talk in detail what is SAP Fiori and how the apps are
Mhm.
configured. But from the
Mhm.
functional point of view, whatever we need to understand, we'll discuss about that.
Okay. And
Yes, this is.
okay, that that helps, Gaurav. And would you be sharing some of the materials, or is anything planned for sharing the
Yes.
materials?
Yes, so for each and every session, I'll have the PPTs with me. I'll share
Mhm.
the PPTs, as well as I have, I'll not say it is my material. I have the material which are taken from the SAP site itself, but it is all consolidated one. If you go for the SAP material now, I don't think it will be very easy for you to get
Mhm.
the relevant information. But I have the material which is very relevant, and I don't want anything. I don't want you to see any other material apart from that. So it will be very
Okay.
crystal clear, okay, perform this material, and
Mhm.
if you go through the PPTs also, that is also sufficient for you.
Okay.
And obviously you are going to get the video recordings of all the sessions which we are going to have. So that will
Mhm.
also help you in doing these things in the future.
Okay. And right now, are there any certifications available in S4 Simple Fund? Sorry,
Yes,
S4 Fund. Okay.
not S4HANA, Simple Finance is available. S4HANA, as I
Okay.
told you, it is launched in, see, SAP S4HANA is launched way back, but
Yeah.
SAP S4HANA for other modules, it is launched now itself in November
Mhm.
2015, 1511.
Mhm.
So currently the certification is available only for Simple Finance.
Okay. Okay.
And it was also available from, I think, October, last October, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, but I don't think, see, if you know today, at least today, if you go to the market and see whatever opportunities are available, nobody is asking for the certification as of today. So the
Mhm.
basic knowledge and the configuration knowledge is sufficient. But if
Mhm.
you want to go for the certification, that is also the good idea, that it will add some kind of, like, you have the professional certification, which will add more value to your profile.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So some maybe a very naive question. Let's say that as you showed, you have two servers, and let's say I have my company code in ECC server, and if I want to practice the migration part, So let's say that I have 1,000 company code in ECC server. I want to bring it to SFIN server. So would I be able to create some company codes in ECC and try to do the migration and see how it is migrated to SFIN? Is there a possibility to do that?
No, that's why I told you it is not possible because as we explained earlier, SAP ECC uses the traditional database. Okay, while
Okay.
not necessary, it can also have HANA database. That is not the one. That is one thing.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
The other thing is you can perform migration only once, and this migration is not a very simpler activity because there are a lot of table level changes that will be affecting. So it cannot be done by the functional consultant first of all. There has to be the technical consultant involved. And first thing, it is not two separate systems. You are saying I'll perform in ECC and then I'll migrate to 1511. These two are different servers. When we are talking about migration, the same server, the same ECC server will be updated or upgraded
Okay.
to SAP HANA. It is not a separate
Okay.
server.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes sense now. Okay.
Hi, hi Gaurav.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Venkatesh. I have a few questions. No, I just want to know what is the dependency of a theory on simple finance? Because we're going to I mean know about the simple finance only, right? But it has the impact on SAP, I mean SAP theory also. But anyway, we are not going to go in detail about SAP theory. How it impacts to simple finance concerns.
See, Fiori is not going to impact simple finance because simple finance, and I'll not talk about simple finance, any business process, let it be MM, let it be ST, let it be finance. It can be performed in the ECC screen also. It can be performed using the old transactions also. This is the additional benefit that is provided by SAP, which means it is not asking you to replace everything to SAP Fiori. Apart from the current processes, you also have the option of SAP Fiori. So there is no dependency on SAP Fiori. If you remove SAP Fiori completely also, your financials will work as it is. They were working till today also, right?
Okay.
Yes, Fiori is just the additional benefit that you are getting with SAP S/4HANA.
Okay.
Basic processes. For example, if you are performing FB60, similar to that what you are doing today, FB60 can be performed on SAP S/4HANA also. But at the same time, you can get the Fiori app also, which you can use or you can provide the training to the user. Instead of using FB60 logging into SAP system, he can directly do the transaction on using SAP Fiori app.
Okay. 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 Yeah, and one more thing. Thanks for that. And one more thing is, should we cover asset accounting completely? I mean, because as per our discussion, I mean, I came to know that there are a lot of drastic changes into asset accounting. I mean, do we concentrate in full or how it would be, Gaurav?
See, the motto here is to talk about the delta changes.
Okay.
So I'll not say that, see again, if we are talking about the greenfield project, we are going to configure starting from the chart of depreciation to the depreciation areas to the asset classes, account determination, everything. We are going to configure each and everything. The transactions which we are going to perform, basically there are three transactions. First is acquisition. So F-90 we will use for performing the acquisition, and then the depreciation postings, and finally the retirement. These three transactions, because in the term of transactions, there is only changes into two transactions. One is
Okay.
sorry, three transactions: acquisition, retirement, and
Yeah.
depreciation postings. So whatever
Okay.
delta changes are there, that we are going to complete in detail, cover in detail.
Okay. Okay. So that I mean, based upon those things, we can adapt other. I mean, the same thing for other transactions like the transfers, whatever.
Yes, yes,
That,
yes. If you yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, same thing.
Yes. Okay.
Because there is no
And
point talking about the things which were available earlier also and there is no change. So what we are going to do is we are going to talk about all that things which are changed in simple finance.
okay. Okay. Yeah. That's good actually. And I mean, as per my knowledge, somebody told me that, I mean, due to simple finance, there are, I mean, some changes maybe to cash management also, like in terms of cash flow statement, something like that. I mean, do we cover all those
No, it
things or?
is not. No, you see, let me ask you, out of the 18 guys who are present here, how many of you know the cash management module of Treasury? I don't
Okay.
think so. Maybe two or three must be knowing because they have worked, but others are totally blank, right? Because
Um,
normally that is a part of FSCM. It is not covered in financial accounting,
okay.
right?
Okay.
So that is the reason I'm not telling you, I'll not show you whatever are the changes that we'll see, but that will be overview. We are not going to configure each and everything in terms of cash management because that is completely out of the financial accounting and controlling that we are talking about,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I'll show you the apps which are available in SAP Fiori, how useful they are. But if you want to see talking seriously, if I speak about that, na, the
Yeah.
cash position and liquidity forecast, these are the two functionalities which are
Yeah.
available in SAP Cash Management as of today.
Yeah.
So the only changes are that these two functionalities can be used on SAP Fiori apps now. Apart from that, there is not much of changes in terms of configuration that used to be earlier.
Okay.
But there is
Okay.
one important change in cash management that we are going to discuss because it is affecting our financial accounting. That is bank management, bank account management. So today, if you remember, we create the house bank through FI12. Now, if you open FI12, it will not show you anything. It will say it is deleted because the bank account management is now moved from financial accounting to FSCM under cash management. So that
Oh.
particular thing, because it is relevant to us, we are going to discuss.
Okay. Okay. And the last question, Gaurav, thanks for that, Gaurav, actually. And last question is, I just want to know more about for simple logistics. This is, I mean, to be frank, this is for my friend perspective. He just want to know about simple logistics, how it impact, I mean, simple finance and as well as simple logistics, how it is doing its, I mean, as per market standards, how it is doing. And as you are experienced with those things, I mean, latest technologies, his intention is you are aware of those things. You just want to know. Please add something on that.
Yeah, yeah. See, as I told you, this SAP came up with SAP HANA in the year 2011, and then SAP came up with in year 2015, or let's say in the late part of 2014, SAP came up with the SAP Business Suite called as SAP S/4HANA. The first module that was part of this business suite was finance, and that is the reason why it has named it as a simple finance. And when they launched this product, Simple Finance, they said Simple Logistics is also in development, which means they are going to launch Simple Logistics also in some time. And then in year 2015, in the last year, in the November month, they launched a new version of SAP S/4HANA, which was 1511. And this version includes whatever they were talking as far as simple logistics is concerned. But the name, as I told you, there is no more simple finance, there is no more simple logistics. So what they have done is they have made some changes, the database level changes, the data model level changes, like in simple finance, into the MM, SD, PP, PS, and some other modules also. So now they are saying it is not simple logistics, it is SAP S/4HANA FI, SAP S/4HANA MM, SAP S/4HANA SD, like this. So this is the latest updates. Like, it is not simple logistics. There is nothing in the market called as simple logistics. It is SAP S/4HANA procurement, the supply chain, the sales, everything is now on SAP S/4HANA.
Okay. And Gaurav, do you have any references for providing, I mean, what do we call like MM as for HANA?
Sorry, can you repeat?
No, I'm just expecting. Is there any references for providing training on for S4HANA? Do you have any references because you are into
Yeah,
practice?
I think yes, yes. I think you can ask Krishna. He's coordinating with you, right? Krishna and Sanna,
Yeah. Okay.
because they are also providing this simple logistics training, so you can just speak to them.
Okay. Oh, I am not aware of that. Sorry for that. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
They are.
Thank you. Yeah. That
Okay.
is from my side. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Gaurav, it is Madhu. I have two questions. One
Other
is
questions?
how mature is the system now? Hello, Gaurav, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. How much I use the system?
No,
Yes.
how mature is the current development of the current version of Simple Finance S4 HANA 5? How mature is the system? I mean, is it going to be a drastic change? Because you know why I'm asking this question is I'm an FICO consultant. I don't know when I will get opportunity to move to S4 HANA finance. So if I learn this system now and maybe after 6 months, if there is a drastic change again, maybe I have to learn again if I'm not working on the HANA, you know.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I
how
got your
mature is
question.
the system
So
currently?
yes, the answer is from finance point of view, whatever developments were expected, they are all in place now.
Okay, so it is
So now
fairly
developments
mature,
are
I
been
would
going
say.
on.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. That's the reason we launched the certification also. Otherwise, who will do the certification? If there are
I
changes
understand.
expected in the near future, why do you provide the certification?
Okay, I can understand. Yeah.
The reason why the certification on MMSD is not available. It is only available for FI. Why? Because MM and SD, they are still doing some changes into that product. But from the FI side, financial accounting side, all the changes are in place. There might be some basic changes that will come, but again, it is also the part of FI also. Every now and then they release some new notes. So that is the ongoing activity.
Okay, good. Second question, how do you plan? How many classes, how many sessions do you plan to take to cover the whole FI?
It normally takes 30 to 35 hours to complete this course. But it all depends
30 to
on when we are
35
having a
hours.
session.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who can answer me what time the sessions are planned? Is it weekends or weekdays?
Uh, yes, as I told
Is
you,
it
whoever is coordinating with you, if you Krishna or Sana, whoever is coordinating with you, they will inform you when we are going to start the new batch because we have already some batches which are running. So when they are planning, they will let you know.
okay? Thank you.
Okay. Yes. I don't know the first name. Sorry. So he's asking the question: what is the time required for SAP HANA project implementation, and how far knowledge required for Fiori and Lumira? See, if you are a functional consultant, not much knowledge of Fiori and Lumira required. It is only the basic knowledge, like how this. Let's say, if I ask you how much ABAP knowledge do you have, the answer will be not much, right? Because you need the ABAP knowledge only to give the functional specifications to your ABAPer. Similarly, Fiori also is a separate project. There are Fiori experts available in the market. Only you need to know is how you are going to provide the requirements to the Fiori consultant to create a new app. So only the functional things, which tables are getting updated, and that is exactly what you are going to get in this course. So which tables are getting updated, and then how to derive the values from one of the field. All these things you need. At the same time, your other question is what is the time required for SAP HANA project implementation? This even SAP can't tell you because it all depends upon the customer. It all depends upon how support customer is giving, which scenarios are being by the customer, how many company codes are configured. There are a lot of things which are even when we go through this training session, this topic we are going to discuss in detail. So at that time also I will say the same thing that you cannot commit to the customer that okay I need this much amount of time to complete the project. You cannot do that. The correct answer to will be you will be doing the test migration first. So first of all what you need to say to your customer is let's say give us 2 months of time where we'll perform the test migration, and only after the test migration we'll be able to tell you like where we are facing the challenges in your system and how much time you can expect to complete the entire implementation project. So even if you talk about SAP finance implementation as of today, it is very subjective. If there is only one company code, you can complete in 6 months also. And there can be another thing also. If it is a one company code also, then also it may take you two years. Why? Because the customer is not supporting. He's not giving you the requirements at all. So these questions, I think this even nobody can tell you how much time it will take.
What is central finance?
Yeah, as I told you, central finance is a deployment option, which means, so let's say today you are using SAP. Your customer is already using SAP. Okay, and he has three different SAP totally different servers. I'm not talking about three company codes. One location is using his own SAP license, he is having separate license, he is using SAP. Another company is also using SAP, and third location is not using SAP at all. So if you go to them and ask them, okay, everybody come together and we'll implement a simple finance, it is not practically possible. Why? Because you have to go one by one. Rather than that, what you can do is you can ask them to continue whatever they are doing today. You will implement a new central finance system, which is again simple finance system. And what you will do is whenever they perform any transaction into their existing system through ad hocs, you will update your central finance system also. So you'll get all the reportings at one place. Even though they are using the old system, they are getting the reports in the new system. This is a central finance idea.
So you mean to say you don't have to work full place upgrade project? Hello?
Yes, can you
Hello?
mic?
Yeah, you
Hello.
mean to say you don't have to you go for a full place upgrade project or migration project if you use central finance. That's what you meant to say?
Yes. Yes. So you don't need to upgrade each and every system. What you can do is you can completely separate, install the simple finance system, and you take the data from all these systems in the real time.
Okay.
This is one of the adoption scenario. So many customers are using this because they have the businesses all over the world. So it is not practically possible to implement simple finance everywhere. So what they are doing is, okay, we are implementing one completely new simple finance system, and every country will send the data to this system. So which means at the group level, I can perform all the reportings on the simple finance.
Okay. What is the scope of GRC GAIF in SAP S4HANA?
GRC and
Like GRC, they have mentioned, I have come across that audit and fraud management, like other functional module of GRC.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, see,
Because
it
why
was
I'm
not in
asking,
scope earlier. It is only, yes.
yeah,
Yes, why I'm saying GRC was not in scope earlier. So as I told you, the earlier module in scope only was finance. GRC, I don't think as of today also there are much areas where GRC is covered in this SAP S/4HANA. Might be they have planned something to come up with GRC. As I told you, SRM, CRM, these are all under development where the changes are expected. So I don't know about GRC at this point of time. Maybe in November version, they may have brought some new changes. But again,
so
GRC, as I told you, GRC is not in scope.
but in the SAP slide, they have mentioned that audit and fraud management on HANA. That's why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm. No, but that's the reason. It is not the part of financial accounting. Even today also GRC is completely separate, right?
But if you go to sap.com, means it comes under financial management. Okay, it comes under financial management
No,
module.
see,
Because
see,
I am
in
a
that case,
BPC and
cash.
GRC guy. Yeah.
Yes. You are right. What I'm saying is today, if we talk about what is covered in financial and controlling, we are going to talk about financial and controlling how it is changed in simple finance. So if we talk about financials, there are a lot of modules like as you told BPC, as you told GRC, as you told FSCM. These are also financial modules, but we are not going to talk about them in detail. We are going to talk about finance and controlling modules, how they are changed. because most of the guys which are I think available here, they are from FI and CU background.
No, that I understand, but for specifically with respect to me, myself, I am asking because I
Yes,
am a
yes, yes.
BPC and a GRC guy. Okay.
Yes, yes. See, even from BPC side, the integrated business planning is available in Simple Finance,
Yeah,
which
that's what
means
that
you
part you
don't
will
need
be
to,
covering.
not detail. Again, it is a separate model. It will not be covered in detail. Overview, yes. How integrated business planning is, will come into picture, that we'll see. But it will be just the overview session. Don't expect too much into that session.
No, means
While for
it's
financial accounting, yeah, sorry.
so it is being covered by other trainer or what? I'm not getting.
No, 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 no. In this course, it will not be covered.
Acha.
Yes, because that is a separate
And
module, totally separate module.
okay. So for that, any trainer is available for in your organization?
Maybe you have to check with Sana or Krishna.
Mhm. And another thing, actually, actually, I am currently working in Singapore project. Okay, so particularly in the simple
Mm-hmm.
finance only. Okay, but that's what
Okay.
I am getting lot of other call from for simple logistic also. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how they are calling me. Like Deloitte, I can give you
Mm-hmm.
an example. Okay,
Okay.
so it is necessary to have knowledge on simple finance and both logistic.
No, no, no. Why it is required? It is not required.
That's what I
Logistics is
told you
totally
that.
different. If you see logistics, it is not like you just go for SAP HANA logistics. You need to have the complete background. What is SD? What is MM? Normally, FICO consultant, they have the basic knowledge. I'm not saying no knowledge, but you don't know everything in detail into the configuration of MM and SD. Maybe if you want to become a solution consultant, then okay. If you want to become a solution consultant for SAP S/4HANA, complete SAP S/4HANA, then you need to have the basic knowledge of each and every area. But it is just solution consultant. Then you will not be the configuration consultant.
Okay. No, because I have been into this financial side last 10 years. So that's why I'm asking
Okay.
because they are expecting me. So it is necessary to have this logistic knowledge. That's what I'm.
No, 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 not at all.
Okay. So you mean to say only the FICO consultant can get into this simple finance, or means they
No,
will see
see,
your background, huh?
yes, yes, yes. It is not necessary. See, again, if you are already the BPC consultant, BPC is also, as I told you, it is a part of financials only, right? Although it is a separate module, but when you are running on BPC, you have the knowledge on FI&CO, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So if you already have some knowledge on FI&CO and even you are a BPC consultant, plus if you are trained on simple finance, definitely it will add the value because see today in the market there are very few simple finance consultants. So if you say I
No,
have the
for that.
knowledge of simple finance and at the same time I have some basic knowledge of configuration into FI&CO and additionally I am a BPC consultant also, that is definitely going to add the value in your profile.
No, I am asking for this for my cousin because a lot of people they are vertical seeking to learn this simple finance. I told them that if you have that finance background, then you can get into this. Otherwise, how what is the point? But
Yes, yes,
what is
yes.
your
Only the finance background. Only the finance background. If they are having MM and SD, there is no point. Then they should go for simple logistics.
even if ABAPR also or BI fellow also?
ABAPR, I think it will be good to go for Fiori in that case. The technical modules, whatever technical modules are available.
No, Fiori also having its functional area, no? Fiori and HANA.
Fiori is technical.
Okay.
HANA, there are a lot of different things. The HANA developer, HANA architecture, there are a lot of different things in HANA.
Okay.
But again, all things are also technical. There is no functional consultant required in terms of HANA and all.
Mm-hmm.
Gaurav,
Yes.
this is
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav.
Venkatesha.
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thanks. Yeah.
Gaurav, this is Venkatesha again. I just wanted to, as per my discussion with Krishna, He told me that he will be provide the access to system also, server. Basically, he told me
Yes.
that it would be server. So,
Yes, yes, sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean, as per our discussion, I came to know that I understand that the server will be provided where that I mean, simple finance add-on has been, I mean, adapted. So, but my question is here: do we get any chance to at least to see the theory? I mean, screens of theory, how it
Yes, yes,
works.
yes. Yes, we have the Fiori screen also available in the server. Let me just show you. So this is my this is my Simple Finance server, which includes all the transactions which are available earlier, with some new transactions and with some transactions which are totally replaced. And then we have this SAP Fiori apps,
Okay.
which is additional. Like if you don't use this, no problem. This is the additional function. All the transactions you can do from the old screen also.
Okay.
At least the old transactions which you are doing. Maybe some new transactions will not come to ECC now because they will be available directly through Fiori. But at least the old transactions like FB60, FB70, whatever you are doing, same will be available in the this server also. Like for example, let me go to FB60. So even I am already on SAP S/4HANA, right? This is a simple finance server. Still, I am able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
use FB60 screen here. Similarly, I can here also, if I create an app for entering the vendor invoice, so that also I can use. But again, as I told you, this is like I'll just give you the overview because all apps are not working. Some of the apps are working. I will show you one or two apps and it will give you the idea how Fiori works. It is not
Okay.
that key we'll see each and every app because many apps are not working. But it will give you the basic idea. What is Fiori Launchpad? What are these apps about? How they are interacting with the backend system? All that things will be covered in our overview session.
Okay.
So for example, see post general ledger entry. This is what, this is nothing but FW02 or FB50 screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaurav. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Yeah,
see
it's
the
a last question. So if
screen is
customer
available
wants,
and this is just a minute
hello.
in addition to the existing screen. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The last question. So if customer wants to deploy the
Hello.
S4 HANA application in cloud, so what is the function of this all this S4 HANA consultant?
Hmm?
Because this maintenance is taken care by SAP.
What is the function? Not SAP. It can be any third party. It can be SAP or it can be some other third party providing the cloud service.
So is there any means
Hello. Can you hear
scope
me?
of yeah? So what is the scope of the functional guy in that case in the cloud?
No, see,
Hello.
cloud is just the same
Yeah.
functionalities that you are running on premise that can be run on cloud. There is no responsibility of a functional consultant. There is no change in terms of the responsibility in on premise versus on cloud edition.
Okay. Okay. It is same thing. As it.
Yes, yes. From functional point of view, there are no changes.
Mhm. Then if then
It is only
another
the
question.
thing
So
whether you want to purchase the hardware or you want to keep it on cloud.
mhm. Then the migration, if you are working on migration project, will be covering the entire migration things here or only the implementation things?
Yes, I told you both migration, all the cockpit told you here. I'll show you the
Gaurav,
uh,
is there? Hi,
hello.
Gaurav. Yeah,
Yes.
Gaurav. Yeah, is there any chance? I mean, Is that enabled? I mean, cloud. I'm not talking it should be there, but I'm just wondering whether it is available. That I mean,
Sorry, can you repeat what's available in cloud using?
no, I mean, as per our discussion, I understand that. I mean, through SAP Simple Finance, we can use all the application through cloud also, right? So I just want
Yes.
to know whether do we cover in this, I mean, in this in our training course duration, do we cover that cloud settings and operations also?
See, cloud again, cloud is nothing in the functional side. Cloud is what you want to buy the server or you want to
No, no, no.
use the server through internet.
I just want to see how it works. I mean, how do we do the transaction by using cloud? How it stores the transactions into cloud? Is there? I mean, I'm just expecting how whether it is available in our course of training or not. That's what.
No, no, same thing I'm saying, Venkata. The thing is, the transactions are not going to change. The same transactions, whatever you are going to do on premise, same transactions. See, similar to this, what we are doing currently is using the
Okay.
screen to get to the server. It is installed on my
Oh,
home, on my office. So this is cloud for me.
oh.
Same server, it is only placed at some other location. That's cloud.
Oh, that means I mean the screens and all the things will be one and same for cloud and normal Princess servers, right?
Yes, yes. It is only whether you are maintaining the server on your own or you are deploying some third party to take care of the server.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, Lolo, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Okay, guys, I think we are done. Krishna, can you click the session now?
Can you show me that, Gaurav, that
Uh, what
ID, which means whenever you are having any issues, when you are performing some transactions into the error you are getting, so you can and I'll revert within the like it is not necessary that if you are taking these sessions on weekends, so you need to wait the weekend. I'll send you in between also.
okay.
Server is working too slow. It is not actually server, it is my internet because I told you there is raining outside. So that is the reason why there is very slow.
Okay, okay.
Gaurav, hi Gaurav.
Yes,
Yeah, this is
yes,
Prakash.
yes, Prakash.
Yeah, I just saw the layout of the Simple Finance. Okay, so it is similar to SAP Business by Design. Have you come across SAP Business by Design?
SAP?
Business by Design, BYD.
I
yeah,
am not aware of that. What is that?
actually this is meant for small and medium scale industry. Okay, that software is there.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And the look and
B1 you mean
feel
to
is
say? SAP B1?
BYD. That is Business by Design.
By design. This is a cloud-based, Gaurav.
Okay,
Yes,
This is a cloud-based,
cloud-based.
and
okay,
And the user
okay.
interface, what you have shown, it is similar to that.
yeah, exactly. But a lot
So
of
you mean to
functionality
say
is not there in that.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, I
because
do
it is for
agree.
medium and small sectors. Definitely, there are a lot of functionalities which will be available in ECC compared to what we have available in this small medium software.
Yeah. No, I know SAP. We cannot compare SAP Business by Design and SAP S for HANA. But my experience and with business by design, and I just saw the simple finance, both resemble same, the user interface, the cloud thing I'm talking about.
SAP has stopped supporting
In
SAP by design. Okay.
Yes. And after business by design, they introduced FOD. Even FOD also they stopped it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Gaurav, the migration will be covering full place that all the migration activities are.
just a minute, I'm just trying to open. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So this is a migration cockpit. This includes all the migration activities that are going to be part of the migration project.
No, I'm not able to see
So
the main
as
screen
you
only
can,
I'm seeing.
just a minute. Can you see now?
Same simple finance screen. Yeah. Yeah. Check customizing setting for prior to migration. That this
Yes,
one.
yes, yes. So this is the migration cockpit. SAP Simple Finance add-on for SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. So these are all the activities that are part of general ledger accounting, asset accounting, controlling, and then migration. So all these things will be covered in detail.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we should close now, and you can have the discussion, whatever administration related questions you have with Krishna or Sana, whoever you are coordinating with.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks, Gaurav.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Gaurav.
Yeah, bye.